Hello there, my name's Mark, I'm from Westway Nissan in Wolverhampton, and this is the new Nissan LEAF. So first of all, you can see at the front there's this panel. Okay. So if I just click this on the remote control, it opens that up, and then you can see that's how you charge the car. And there are two charge ports. That one's the rapid charge port, and that is the standard charge port that you'd use at home. So with your rapid charge ports, they will charge the car in from 20% to 80% in 45 minutes on the 40 kilowatt model, or an hour on the 62 kilowatt model. And then this one is your domestic charge port, and that will take about 7 hours on the 40 kilowatt one, and about 9.5 on the 62 kilowatt one. So we go to the side here. So you can see it's got keyless entry, which is available on a lot of Nissans, but it's just a button there. You press that to lock or unlock the car. And then if you want to have a look inside this one, so this model is the N-Connecta. So it's sort of it's not the top one, it's just one down from that. And you can see inside there, you've got the partial synthetic leather and cloth interior. And then interior-wise, you've got climate control, heated seats, and there's your gear system there, which I'll explain later. And then that's where your sat nav is there. And it's also got an all-round camera system, which I'll show you in a bit. And then we'll go to the back. So that's inside the back, and that's your space there. So it's a sort of a medium-sized family car. So that's the back of the car there. And I'll just open the boot. So you can see you've got a good-sized boot there. And in the side pockets here, we've just got the leads for the car. And I'll just show you that. So you've got one lead here. This lead is the lead that you'd plug into a charge point at home, and there are public charge points that this will go into as well, but you can have a home charge point fitted, and then this is the lead you would use for that. And then the other lead that you've got is in this bag here. I'm not going to pull it out, but that lead is, it looks a bit like a big laptop charger, and that will plug into a normal 3-pin plug. So that's just a normal plug socket. Now you can use that, however, I will caution you that it does take a long time to charge the car on that, it's a bit slow. Right, I'm just going to switch the car on now. And all I do is put the foot on the brake and then press the button there, and that'll switch the car on. I'll start here and then I'll move round for you just to show you everything on it. So first of all, that is your gear shift there. Now that is really easy to use. It's an automatic. It drives as though it's an automatic car, and you literally got the P. If you press that, that puts you into park, and for reverse you move across and up, and that'll put the car into reverse. You can also see there it's just put the camera system on there for you, which is really nice and clear and will help you parking. It does also have, there you go, sensor at the back and sensors at the front. Now to put the car into drive, you do the same. So from here you go across and down, and that puts it into drive to go forwards. You can put the camera on for going forwards as well, just by pressing the button on the screen there, like that. I'm just going to put the car back into park now. There is other features with the gears as well, is something called B mode. Now the way that works is you put it into drive, and then you put it into drive again, and then that's B mode, and that just comes up on there. And B mode, you use it in the same way as you would drive. However, when you release your foot from the accelerator pedal, you'll find the car will slow down a little bit more sharply than it would in a normal automatic. And the reason for that is the energy that you've got as you're slowing down is actually being put into the battery, so it puts that energy back into the battery to improve the range on the vehicle, so it's ideal for town driving. Okay, then the other feature we've got is this button here. That's the E pedal. Now if I click that, that just comes up on there, and you get the blue light there. And the E pedal, what that will do is that will mean when you take your foot off the accelerator, it will actually allow the car to come to a complete stop, so it will actually apply the brakes for you. So what you can do is you learn to drive by tapering your right foot on the accelerator, and you can actually drive the car with just one pedal. You've still got your main brake pedal for emergencies, but you can essentially drive 95% plus if you're driving with one pedal if you drive it carefully. So I'll just put that back into park now. And then there's another button there, that's Eco. If you press that, that puts it into economy mode, and the only difference with that is that when you're driving, you'll find it will restrict the power a little bit, although having said that, it's still powerful enough to drive it all the time in economy mode if you want. And if you look at the range there, you can see this car's got 29% battery, and it's showing there that it's got around about 75 miles range. That's because this one's the 62 kilowatt one, so that's why it's showing 75 miles range with only 29% battery. But if I switch the economy mode on and off, you can see the effect there that has on the range. The other thing to be aware of as I move up here, if I show you this is where your heating and air conditioning system is. Now if I turn the heater on, it does have an impact on the range. So your heater and air conditioning does drop the range a little bit on the car. Something to be aware of when you're using the vehicle. Just so you know as well, you've got the heated seat buttons there, so the seats in the front there are heated. Yes, there's a switch there as well on this model for the rear seats as well, so it will actually heat the rear seats. So you've got front and rear seat heating. And then just there you've got the USB ports, you've got the standard one, and you've got the new smaller USB port there. And then we'll move up now to the sat-nav unit. And you can see there you've got your phone, sat-nav there, but all those features are on the sat-nav unit there, and you can connect your mobile phone nice and easily. There is also an app that you can download, and the app will allow you to do several things, one of which would be to preheat the car before you get in it, so you can actually switch the heating on in the car before you get to your vehicle. So that's a really nice feature. You can set the timer for the charging from your smartphone app. You can see how much charge is in your battery from your smartphone app. You can also find out where the vehicle is from your smartphone app, and you can also set your sat-nav journey from your smartphone app, send it to the car, and then when you get in the car, it'll be ready for you when you start up. And then if we move across over here to the steering area, you can see here I've got the controls here to just change the display there, and you've got various options there for your main display. I'll just put that's on the main speedo there. And then moving across to the right hand side, you've got your cruise control and speed limiter, and this one has a button there that will actually adjust the distance from the car in front of you, and the car will actually follow the vehicle in front of you, adjusting the speed accordingly. So that's a really useful feature if you're, say, on the motorway and the speed's varying, but you just want to keep an even distance from the vehicle in front of you. The higher spec model, the Tecna, has also got a system called ProPILOT, and that will actually steer the car for you on the motorway. It as long as it can see the white lines that you're driving in between. Just another couple of things I wanted to point out. You've got a button there for your heated steering wheel, really useful, and then that button there, that will actually open up the charging flap on the front of the car. So you just press that and that'll open that for you. And then just down here, we've got the lever here. If I pull that, that'll open up the bonnet. Right, so under here, the main thing that you're going to have to do as a user of the vehicle is stop the screen wash up, which is just there. Okay, and then the other things under here is you've got the brake fluid there, and then you've got the engine the coolant system there. So just wanted to wrap up the video just by explaining a couple more things. The one thing that people think about is the running costs. The running costs of driving a LEAF are very, very low indeed. You can actually get the costs down to as little as 2 pence per mile if you're using an off-peak electricity rate. If you're using standard electricity rates, probably around about 5 pence per mile for your running costs. So really, really low costs, much cheaper than petrol or diesel. The other thing I'll tell you is driving the car. I would encourage anyone who hasn't driven a LEAF to come and drive it. The drive experience is absolutely amazing, and the acceleration on them is absolutely superb. But you've really got to try it out to get a feel for what it's like, and also the sort of quietness and smoothness of the vehicle. One more thing that I would mention is that people think about the range and how far they can go with the car. So, to give you an idea, 40 kilowatt one is rated 168 miles. I'd say realistically, if you think about 130 to 150, that will give you a guideline for safety. And then the 62 kilowatt one has got a range of 239 miles. Again, for safety, if you knock a little bit off that, just to give you a sort of margin of safety for when you're using the car day to day. There is also a range finder on the Nissan website, which if you were to come and see us, then we can go through that with you. And then the charge network is growing and getting better and better all the time. So if you are thinking of taking the plunge, then I would say definitely look at it. Okay, thanks ever so much.